in a shocking update that has sent ripples through the southeast and the entire nation today, Monday, January 26, 2026, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has issued a powerful and stern message from his current place of detention. The gist that everyone is talking about right now is that Nnamdi Kanu has officially placed a total ban on all visitors to his quarters at the Sokoto Correctional Center. This is not just a minor development, it is a major strategic move that comes on the heels of his life sentence for terrorism charges handed down late last year. The news has left many supporters wondering why their leader would cut off all physical contact with the outside world at such a critical time. According to reports filtering out from his legal team and close associates, this decision was not made out of weakness, but as a deliberate shield against what he describes as saboteurs and infiltrators who are allegedly using their access to him to sow division and spread false narratives within the movement. You can imagine the tension in the air as this news hit the headlines this morning. After his transfer from the DSS custody in Abuja to the far north in Sokoto, many felt that the distance was already a massive barrier, but now, by his own order, the gates are firmly shut. Nnamdi Kanu is reportedly warning that some people coming to visit him are not there for solidarity, but are working for interests that want to see the struggle for Biafra dismantled from within. The message is clear: if you are not part of the trusted inner circle, do not bother coming. This warning to saboteurs is a heavy one, aimed directly at those he believes are double-dealing or profiting from his continued incarceration. It is a classic move of a leader who is under pressure but still wants to maintain absolute control over the narrative of his group, even from behind the high walls of a prison in the northwest. The timing of this ban and warning is very significant because today, January 26, marks another intense day in the legal calendar as his team continues to fight the conditions of his imprisonment. The atmosphere in the southeast remains heavy, with the sit-at-home tradition still being observed in many parts as a silent protest against his life sentence. People are truly captivated by the strength he is showing despite being over 700 kilometers away from his home base. He is essentially saying that he would rather be in isolation than be surrounded by people who are secretly working against the cause. This no visitors policy is his way of ensuring that only the most verified and untainted messages reach the public, effectively cutting off the oxygen for those who thrive on fake news and backdoor deals. Before we go deeper into the specific names he might be referring to as saboteurs and the latest update on his health, which has been a major concern, please do me a quick favor and hit that like button right now. It is the only way we can make sure this report reaches every Biafran and every Nigerian who needs to stay informed about the reality on the ground. And if you have not joined this community yet, please click that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. We are following the Nnamdi Kanu story every single hour, and you need to be the first to know when the next big legal breakthrough or message from Sokoto drops. Your support is what keeps us going as we bring you the truth without the sugarcoating. Now, looking at the legal side of things, the Federal High Court in Abuja is still dealing with the fallout of his conviction. His lawyers, including the dedicated Aloy Ejimakor, have been shouting from the rooftops that the transfer to Sokoto was a calculated move to isolate him from his legal counsel and family. They argue that it is nearly impossible to prepare for a complex appeal when the client is at the other end of the country. But with Kanu now banning visitors himself, it adds a whole new layer to the mystery. Some analysts believe he is sending a message to the Nigerian government that he cannot be broken by distance or isolation. Others think he is preparing for a long game where he becomes a silent symbol, forcing his followers to look inward and identify the Judases among them who have been benefiting from the crisis. The situation is even more emotional when you consider that many Igbo leaders and sociocultural groups like Ohanaeze Ndigbo are still calling for a political solution. They are urging President Bola Tinubu to consider a presidential pardon before the 2027 election cycle begins in earnest, arguing that Kanu's release is the only magic wand that can truly restore peace to the southeast. But with Kanu's latest warning to saboteurs, it seems he is not interested in any deal that involves a compromise of his principles. He is warning those who are politicking with his name to stop immediately. He wants his followers to stay focused on the core mission and not be distracted by those who are only looking for their next political appointment or contract from the government. I want to know what you think about this. Do you think Nnamdi Kanu is right to ban visitors and shut the door on everyone to protect himself from saboteurs? Or do you think this isolation might make it harder for the world to know the truth about his condition and the state of his struggle? It is a very controversial move, and the comment section is open for you to share your thoughts. Please keep it respectful and focus on the facts of the story. And while you are down there sharing your gist, please make sure you have liked the video. It really helps the algorithm recognize that this is a conversation Nigerians care about. If you haven't subscribed yet, this is the perfect moment to do so because the situation in Sokoto is changing every minute and we will be here to break it down for you. The saboteur talk has always been a recurring theme in the IPOB movement, but this is the first time Kanu is taking such a drastic step from a position of a life sentence. It shows a man who is increasingly cautious about his legacy. He knows that in the history of struggles like this, the biggest threats often come from within. By banning visitors, he is effectively taking the keys away from anyone who might misrepresent his words. The Nigerian government, on its part, has maintained that he is being held under the best possible conditions for a high-profile convict, but his supporters remain unconvinced. The ban is a psychological masterstroke that puts the focus back on him as the sole authority of his movement, even in chains. As we wrap up this report, the eyes of the nation are on the next court date, January 27, where more legal arguments about his transfer and access will be heard. But for now, the message from the lion is no entry. He is in a season of quiet reflection and strategic warning. We will continue to monitor the reactions from the Southeast governors and the local leaders who are caught between the weight of the law and the passion of the people. This is a story of resilience, suspicion, and a high-stakes chess match between a detained leader and the state. Thank you for staying with us through this deep dive into the latest Nnamdi Kanu update. Please, if you found this insightful, share the video with your friends and family on WhatsApp and Facebook. The more people know the true context of this ban, the less room there is for misinformation. Don't forget to subscribe for your daily dose of Nigerian news and storytelling that goes beyond the headlines. Stay safe, stay observant, and I will see you in the next update with more gist that matters to you.